Greetings viewers and welcome back to my channel where gaming anime is my specialty. And today we'll be talking about old Joseph versus Dio Brando from part 1. Now we've seen Dio and Joseph fight. That was in part 3, and that was like literally when that's when Dio was a stand user, not really a vampire user. He didn't have his freeze powers, his laser eye powers, and he basically didn't use any of his vampire powers besides, self-healing and stuff like that. So I wanted to see how Joseph, what the stand and Haman would fare against Dio. I might even do young Joseph versus part 3 Dio. That's just been a thought in the back of my head. But without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So first off, let's start analyzing Dio part 1 first, since he came first from part 1. So we first see Dio hopping out all extra from his carriage and automatically wanting to, within the first 5 seconds of meeting him, he sort of just drop kicks Danny. So we know, okay, this kid is pure evil. He tries to poison Jonathan's dad. Jonathan finds out. Jonathan yada yada. We already know that story. But then Dio ends up becoming a vampire when he uses the stone mask on him. He's a vampire, and let's talk about his vampire abilities. So we already know the vampire abilities is that very super strength, basically just enhanced abilities of the human body. Obviously we know he can't come out in the sun, or he'll turn to dust. His powers is, he has the laser eye thing, which doesn't really make sense because he's a vampire. Yeah, first thing I think of, laser eyes for a vampire, but then his freezing abilities. But yeah, but that's it. That's really it for Dio. Dio's part 1 is simple, but not to be underestimated. It's not his powers what made him dangerous. It's more of his army. The fact that he can twist your emotions and twist his words to get you to join him is one of his most powerful super abilities. But yeah, so that's it for Dio. Let's get on to old Joseph. So we see old Joseph, he's coming in and he automatically hates the Japanese, as we already know. So, we first saw a stand when he shows it in that cafe, I believe, with Jotaro, and then he punches the camera. So basically his ability is just straight up punching a camera with he wraps Hermit Purple around his arm and punches the camera, and then he gets a spirit photo, which is not meant, it's more of an investigation type ability, kind of like a Bakio stand. It's not meant to attack or harm. It's more meant to investigate. But he can still do Hamon, but he doesn't do it a whole lot. We only seen Hamon he only did Hamon a couple of times throughout the series. The stand itself wouldn't do much damage unless you use it like a straight up whip and just, use the thorns to whip people, which would be pretty brutal if you whip them hard enough with all those thorns. But yeah, but no, that's what we know about Joseph and Dio. So let's go about the actual, how will the battle play out. Alright, so now about the battle. Now we know Joseph can, fight vampires. Out of all the Crusaders, he'd probably be the only one that would ever be able to do something because he has the Haman. Only the sun. Now the reason Haman does damage is because it's literally sunlight breathing. You're breathing sunlight energy, and as you know, sun destroys vampires. So Joseph, we saw him fight in his battle of Straight, so he knows how to fight beings that can't die unless it's like sunlight or Haman. So he fought the Pillar Man, of course. He fought. So honestly, vampires at a lower state to him in ranking the battle. Now, sure, he was younger and he was in his prime then, especially after he did his training with Lisa. So yeah, but he still uses Haman and he has a stand. Now, keep in mind, we know Dio Brando wouldn't be able to see the stand, so that helps. Dio will probably be trying to use his laser attacks, but even if he does, his laser attacks wouldn't work on Joseph. Because, it's not that he wouldn't work, is that he would be able to counter him. He managed to counter them with some shot glasses when he was fighting straight. So there would be a way to counter him. Now the thing is though, I feel like the way the battle would play out is that Joseph and Dio, fight, go back and forth, and I feel like at some point in the battle, Joseph would end up running. Probably when Dio uses his freezing attack, because that's a big weakness or a big thing that weakens Hamon. So yeah, but I do believe in the battle of Dio Brando and Joseph, old Joseph Joestar, I believe old Joseph Joestar would win. Mainly not just for his Hamon skills, but I feel like Hermit Purple would play somewhat of a role in it, because you know how when he used he grabbed Stroheim's hair and made it like a shield when he was fighting Santana. He can literally do that with Hermit Purple. He can make some type of a bearer shield with his own stand, which probably be the way he counters the laser eye attacks. But yeah, no, in the end of the battle, he would probably use Hermit Purple and Hamon to defeat Dio. He did manage to have a way to keep Dio from attacking him, is what I'm trying to say. In part 3, remember when he wrapped Hamon or the Hermit Purple around his body, and it kept Dio from attacking him. And of course, then he just used a knife to kill him. But yeah, so I believe the end battle will be Dio trying to just finish him with not three freeze, vaporizing freeze. And then he would end up hitting Joseph's Hermit Purple. Like, I bet he would have it wrapped around his body like he did in part 3. And then he would end up charging Hamon all up in Dio and then killing him. But that's all for this video. It was a pretty quick video. But yeah, then again, it would be a pretty quick battle. Probably spanning about like at least 2 episodes, because old Joseph Joestar is relatively only powerful, but he's cunning. And that's his #1 strength. Is that fact that he is cunning, he's tricky, and he's very lucky. He's very lucky. But yeah, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.